If you've ever woken up on a Monday in August and felt that much closer to the NFL season, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, folks. Welcome to another week here. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. We're going to get into some live trading today. We got tickers. We got stuff moving. Oh my God, what's going on with Nvidia? We're going to discuss it. See you soon.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Do not adjust your screens. It is Ryan here solo with you today. Mitch will be joining us shortly. He's just handling some issues. Let's go ahead and discuss the market. So great to see a whole bunch of returning faces out there. I hope you all had a great weekend. So let's first start with what's on everyone's mind. What on earth is going on with Nvidia? Well, if you have Benzinga Pro, you already know, and it only took you 3 seconds to figure it out. Nvidia shares are trading lower after the company issued Q2 revenue guidance below estimate. The company cited weaker gaming revenue. Now, the key here is that they also lowered their guidance. And let me go back to the news feed here. They issued preliminary Q2 revenue guidance below estimates. The company cited weaker gaming revenue, as we had talked about. You can expect that was going to happen after the cost of all of those GPUs went up tremendously from the Bitcoin miners. Gamers were not able to purchase them. Some of them extended the life cycle of their old GPU. In any case, Nvidia falling off here, and that's largely due from the guidance, right? The EPS from last quarter is backward looking and the guidance is forward looking. So I would expect some other names to get hit on this news as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at AMD. You can see AMD trading down in sympathy as well. And then how about Micron? Micron also trading down in sympathy. So I would expect to see this across the sector. I don't know how low it's going to go. We had the low on Nvidia here is 141. We're currently at 173, so we're still 30 points above that low. The only thing I would say is look out if the market starts to roll over. We'll see. Market's up. At least the futures are up here this morning. We'll see if the market ends up rolling over or not. So we'll see where this ends up going, but this is what's going on with Nvidia so far today. Now, let's take a quick look at the SPY here and get an idea of where we are. As mentioned, futures are up here. We dipped a little bit with that earnings report. We're still higher than where we closed on Friday. And in fact, we're right about at the intraday highs from Thursday. So not a whole lot of damage done here to the broader market. We'll see where that ends up going here today. Now, as far as some of the smaller stocks, one of the things that we are going to keep our eye on is still the monkeypox headlines. You can see Saiga up here in the pre-market. Let's check on GovX. This has given us a number of really good trades last week. This is right about where it closed on Friday. So these are not going to be my primary focus out of the gate here, but I am definitely going to check on this or keep my ears open for any types of headlines or breaking news as far as monkeypox goes. Every time that seems to happen, it seems to pop a basket of these stocks. We want to be prepared for that if that's in play again. The thing that I'm going to do if I do trade any of these is I'm not going to hold any of them overnight. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I'd rather just trade them intraday. Now, some of the other news here today, let's take a look at some of these smaller caps that are setting up for us today. First of all, BNSO. This is Bonzo Electrics International. I'm actually not familiar with this company at all. I've never traded this stock. I've never looked at this chart until today. However, it looks like we've got a pretty nice pattern here on the 5-minute and again on the 1-minute. So it looks like every time that this trades in a consolidation zone, when it breaks out to the upside, it provides a trade. Now, how long will this last? Nobody really knows. This is one of the things that I'm going to be waiting for. It looks like we were rejected on the way back up here at 1184. We're kind of leaking here. So I would expect a bounce or some type of support at 11. We'll see if that holds. This one definitely want to watch out. If we can curl up and move back through 12 here, I think we do have a shot of taking out the high. We'll see where this ends up going. Again, not familiar with this company, so I want to see how it trades, and I want to see how it shakes out after the open here. Now, this is probably the next one that everybody wants to talk about if it's not AMD. This is, of course, Meggle. This was an IPO from Friday. This has a lot of the same feeling as HKD. So we watched HKD go from 18 or 20 all the way up to 2000, and people are thinking, oh, maybe that will happen here again on Meggle. Now, I will say that let's not try to trade on that just because it happened to HKD. There's no guarantee that this is going to happen on MEGL, but this is in play here today. This is super risky. I'm going to avoid this completely, even if this sets up. This was in multiple halts on Friday. In fact, I think it spent more time halted than it did trading on Friday. So I don't want to be a part of that. I'll watch this. We can check in on it, but I'm just going to avoid this completely. If you do trade this, please understand that this is not moving around on any type of technical or fundamental. This is just hype and super low float and likely to get halted. So if you trade this, be very, very careful. I'm going to avoid it. I think there are safer setups for us to trade here today. Now, moving right along here, we had Helbiz, HLBZ. This is a stock that we've actually traded a number of times on this show in the past. We got some action here late on Friday. If you take a look right into the close, Helbiz started to pop, actually moved up in the after-hour session, and then moved up again here today. So definitely a low-price stock. As long as this holds one and has volume flow, I like this as a potential long side trade here. You actually might get multiple opportunities to scalp this. This might not be a one-and-done name. You might only get 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 cents off this name, but it should be fairly repeatable as long as that volume flow exists there. Next, here is going to be TOMZ. Now, this stock had a huge pop here, retraced about 50% of the move, and the volume has already started to dry up in the pre-market. So the big thing here with TOMZ is that we need to have substantial volume after the market opens. If we don't have that, this is likely a no trade. Even to the short side, are you really going to risk shorting a $1.38 stock? Certainly doesn't seem very prudent to me. So we're going to watch Tomz here for the volume. That's going to be our big indicator. Let me get the rest of my list up here and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Wet G. Okay, so WE. Let's see where that was in here. WETG. This was up again. This was another name that was kind of linked to HKD and the fact that it trades like crazy and makes these huge outsized moves, spends a lot of time halted. We were curling up here in the pre-market. Again, this is going to be something that I'm going to avoid. If you're on Twitter or if you're watching some of the stuff on the internet, you're probably seeing both of these tickers being mentioned. Totally fine. Just understand what it is that you're trading. I don't really think these are tradable, but they are moving around here. Another one here is going to be EAR. This was from Friday. We actually traded this on Friday. I was able to scalp this, and I believe that there was another move here on Wednesday, August 3rd. That was Wednesday, right? Let me check my calendar here. Yep, August 3rd was Wednesday. So EAR gave us some opportunities to trade last week. In the pre-market here, we're kind of confirming this double top right around here at 190. Now we've retraced a lot of that move, but we're starting to curl back up here. So it'll be interesting to see if we can make a move towards that double top. Third time's the charm on EAR. We'll see, but we're going to be watching this one as well. Low volume here in the pre-market today. Would really like to see this pick up after the market opens in order for this to be in play. Next one here is going to be LOTS. This is CarLotz. This is a stock that we've talked about quite a bit. There was a point, if you remember, where this stock was much higher. Talked quite a bit about this stock here. Maybe we found a bottom and maybe we're starting to curl back up. I understand that the stock's only 72 cents, but the reason that this is on the list today is because we've seen a pattern with stocks that are severely beat down. When they start to curl, there's often tradable bounces in there. Let's see if Carlots is going to provide that today. We did have some volume in the extended session here. We put in an extended session high of 87 cents. We're currently at 72 cents. I think as long as we hold 70 cents here and get volume flow, there should be some risk on to the upside here. And then last, and certainly not least, the gamer's nightmare. This is, of course, ticker ILAG. This gave us multiple trades last week, had a huge day on Friday, and is trying to take the next leg up here in the extended session. Now we're bleeding some of that back, but let's see if we can make an attack through that high. Really what I'd like to do here is hold the 4. I have the support line marked off at 395, but for all intents and purposes, I really want to see this stock hold 4 and start to build as we move forward. That's all I got on my list. And Mitch, you are the king of good timing. You are back right on time, my man.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I got a feeling. All right, let's go ahead. Let's dive on in. Let's see what we're looking at. Thank you, Kennedy, for a little bit of coffee on you. I'll give a little pinky on up for that. Let's keep it going here.
I got one more, if you don't mind, if I can jump
Let's
right back
in.
here. I actually, sorry,
yell
I was not able to check the chat as much while I was doing my rundown today. Sorry about that. Falcon, you were asking about Yell. Let me see if I can find that.
Just yell at me.
Let me see if I can find that. Ryan, can you please look at Yell? Yes, we actually traded this on Friday, right? This gave us multiple opportunities, or maybe it was Thursday. Late last week, we traded this. It does look like it took out that high here at 765. I would imagine that the way that this trades today is we do get a little bit of a pullback at some point before making the move towards the high. It could run right out the gate, but part of me, gut feeling, says we pull back here and test the support first. So Yell definitely on. We don't have much pre-market volume yet. So really a lot of this is going to come down to how much volume is there in the regular session. We are gapped a little bit here, but it's not a lot. It is over the resistance point. So we'll see if Yell can get going. Good spot, Falcon.
All right, Ryan, I don't know if you were able to cover it, but did you cover what happened in Nvidia?
I did. But you know what, Mitch, that might warrant a larger discussion. A lot of people were talking about it, and that was the first thing I started with. So let's see where we're at. Yeah, it's right about down here. This is right where it was at when we took a look at it. But I think you should cover it again. We've got some people that.
Yeah, we're watching it. Of course, it's going to affect all tech today. And pre-announcement here coming in from Nvidia, something that we've mentioned could happen a lot in this earnings, right? Was some pre-announcements coming in, and their earnings was looking really atrocious here, at least from their estimate there. They're missing big, and that's the important part there. And that just shows me that this run that we've had, literally Nvidia could have just ended it. So I'm going to be watching to see what happens now with these tech stocks. I expect them to start crashing on down here. There's a lot of stocks you guys can watch for some opportunity. These stocks have run significantly now. Running into this could be some really bad news playing into it. Of course, we need to also keep on watch what earnings stocks are coming on up. I think this is an important thing to keep watching, is to see what happens in these earnings. I know that a lot of stocks are reporting this week also, even though we've had majority of them report. Keep your eyes for different stocks that are reporting after the bell today. Lemonade, AGS, IIG, Marriott, another one interesting there. Blink is another one that could rocket with those short interest stocks. One that I'm watching is Clove. Clove reports after the bell today. That one could get rocking. Keep these ones on watch. And of course, after the close Tuesday, you got Unity there. I know a lot of people have been wanting to trade Unity, and it's made a nice little bottoming on that chart. We'll see if it can continue making lifts. But you see a lot of these kind of smaller names on here, and I think they are going to get moving. We just got to keep these on watch to see what happens with some of these names. Even Veryu. You saw Veryu? Veryu before the open Thursday. So
it's going to be a big day. Thursday's going to be a big day, Mitch.
There's a lot to watch out here. Another one to watch for me is Tesla. If we think about what big stock cracked on Friday, it was Tesla. Tesla cracked hard there. So if Tesla can't get back above 900 this week, I'm going to still be looking for bearish action in the auto manufacturing. So what could that play into? That could play into Ford. Look at this move in Ford lately. It's been a massive move off the bottom there. I think Ford has gone too far, and so now you could see it come back. This stock has made a 40% move since that bottom. Do you think this could come back? I do. I think it could come back into the 14. It's all going to be dependent on Tesla today. What happens? Do we get back above 900 or we eject down going back towards 810? That's kind of the outlook that I would give for Tesla on the downside is 810. Of course, I'm going to keep on watch ARKK, see what happens to growth stocks. Do we come pushing through 50-50 or do we turn back around today and start giving back some of these gains? The SPY, of course, what to watch there. For me, 415.38 is a level to watch right now. You can see how we clicked right back below it now. Do we get back towards those highs in the pre-market? I think we actually put in the high already for the day, but that's just my thinking. And I'm going to keep watching to see what happens now that we've gotten this change in the swing with Nvidia. Of course, you guys can maybe watch stocks that have been beaten down, right? And so some of the area that I saw beaten down when we got this kind of growth to come back were some of the value names like PG, value names like Heinz Kraft. You can watch also CL. So I'm going to be watching some of these stocks that were in the value to start getting a nice push up. So like CL is one that I'd watch for a nice step up towards 82. And this is going to be in defensive. So if we see defensives get into the green, the reason why is that I'm thinking, okay, turn around from growth to value. And we're looking for rotation to see what happens in growth. Do we keep rotated in growth or do we look here for some value plays? Is something that I'm going to be watching. Of course, also watch energy. I think it's important to see what happens with the oil. My oil traders out there, I'll be watching Gush. Looking for another leg up here to 145. We'll see what happens with these if oil can take that next step up. Healthcare is another area to keep on watch. This has been going on up here. Caught a little bit of the dip, now trying to push back here. One the area to watch is, of course, biotech. Look how strong it's been in the last 4 days. Another round for biotech, so keep these on your radar. Stocks like this can make moves like this KOD. Look at this, guys. We all know how Kodak Science likes to make moves. It's already pushed in the pre-market. Look for another leg, right? A lot of these cheaper names can really start moving. So I'm going to keep watching a lot of these cheaper names in biotechs. Those are the ones that I think could continue to run this QNRX, setting up for a move back above 650. Doesn't look too bad. I don't know these names, but one thing I do know is biotech has been strong lately. All right, we'll see what happens. Watch us recover everything and hit new highs. Well, that could be an outlook too, but at least I would think it's less probable. So CLV is one that I'll be watching for a nice little push. Clover Health, of course, highly shorted interest name, but we got to watch to see what happens with Wall Street bet stocks today. F News, I don't know if there is Ford News. Let me see. Files for notes offering, size not disclosed. Well, that could hit it on the downside, right? Going for notes, but I don't think it's anything major to kind of keep watch. All right, there's the bell, guys. Let's have some fun. A lot of this is going to be, for me, reactionary off the bell. If we continue to see technology just get pummeled. There you see Nvidia trying to take out the lows there. We'll see if Nvidia takes out the lows here and comes on down. QCOM is one that I was looking for a short out the gates. That one already dropping really fast from around 149 to 148.48. Does look good here. What's the opposite of SOXL? I think it's
SOXS. SOXS.
SOXS. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yep, no problem.
I'm going to be looking at this one to maybe play it today in the intraday. So what I'll be looking for is more of a 15-minute or an hourly pullback. And so that's a pullback towards 36.83. So looking for a pullback underneath 37 coming on back here. Let's see what happens.
Really quick, Mitch, I do want to discuss PLTR at one point.
Yeah, that's a good
Shelly,
squeeze potential stock
why
today.
does Ryan look extra white today? It's really, really dark outside, and I have this light blasting on me. Plus, I didn't get my golf this weekend because it got rained out, so I don't have as much tan. But
yeah,
thanks
he
for
doesn't have that
out.
golf tan.
Really quickly, PLTR. I saw Voodoo ask me about this earlier. Voodoo asked actually a really good question. Are you still okay in those calls? So PLTR reported earnings today, weak guidance, just like Nvidia, and as a result, the stock sold off here. 13% we're down right now, although it's trying to bounce. To Voodoo's question, are you okay on those calls? Yes, because remember, I sold nearly half of my position at 120% gain last week. That's about protecting your capital. That's how you swing trade. There's no stock in the market is going to keep going up. So while I've collected some of the profit on those calls, the rest of this trade is free. If PLTR goes to zero, I don't lose any money. Now, I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to make more money. But yes, I'm still doing okay because of risk management and trading rules. Those options got to 100%, and in this case, a little bit more. Take some of those gains off the table and protect the trade. Great question. Disappointing earnings from PLTR today, although we'll see if it starts to bounce.
All right, keeping a close eye on this SOX S, looking for a pullback towards 36.81 to start dipping my toes in it. We'll see what happens there. I'm going to try to keep up a lot of stocks today. Like always, you guys can let me know if there's any stock that's on your radar so that I can throw it up as one of the stocks on our charts. SPY pushing up there to 416, trying to take out that high that I talked about. We'll see if it gets up there. Lucid coming down a little bit. Tesla. Let's see how Tesla's doing.
I'm actually going to try to scalp some PLTR here. I'm going to do the
Okay.
equity. Strong move out of the gate here. I don't know where this stops. I'm basically just playing for continued momentum here off of the rebound, and I'm going to keep my stop fairly tight. I don't want to let this go below 10, but I'd like to see some more push here into the 1020s. 1014 ask right now on PLTR. We're still long here from 1009.
Like that one. Like that one there. I'm going to put it up there. I have it for you here in the middle here.
Right.
And also triple BY on the left. You can see that one ripping up there. So Wall Street Bets getting that nice little lift on up. AMC also breaking out there towards 25 there. So if you guys want to take a look at that, you guys can go ahead. I'm going to actually start dipping my toes here in SOX L, trying to get a little bit
really
here.
quick, Mitch. I'm sorry to interrupt. Took PLTR off the table even since I got that push, so I didn't lose anything. I want to wait for this to set up again. Like I said, we'll be back to this. Mitch, I'm sorry about that, my man.
No worries. Just dived in a little bit there of SOX L, looking for a push down here. Pulled back really fast here, so I just got a little bit here, looking to buy the dip into this move here. We'll see what happens there. Got the dip in towards 36.19. So looking for a move back towards the support. I have support closer towards 36 there also on the next layer. So around that, that's where I'll hit the next ad and look for it to come back towards 37.
Real quick, Knights for Humanity. Good comment here. If you see 100% gain and you don't take it, nothing will ever be good enough for you. LOL. I definitely detect a little bit of comic relief in there, but you're right. If you're unable to take gains when you have 100% gain on a position that you have to the long side, what is it? What's going to be enough? 200-300%? You don't see those all that often. So just always remember to protect your trade.
GME pushing there. Definitely, guys, keep these on your radar. We talked about the short interest stocks that could get moving. Clove, I like that little dip buy that just pushed off the 330s. That's one that I'm going to keep on watch for a trade also. You see Clove here.
Real quick, someone was asking what it was the angel asking what was the news on Nvidia. They pre-reported earnings and it wasn't good. Soft guidance, which is causing them to sell off here today.
All right, I'm taking a little bit of Clover here. Just got long a little bit there at the 37s, looking for a push there on Clover Health. I'm seeing GME push off, AMC, triple BY getting that nice lift, and I'm looking to add towards my SOX S.
AMC highs. Did you talk about GameStop already, Mitch? GameStop highs?
Yes, right in bottom right corner.
BBBY high. It looks like all of these meme stocks are higher here this morning. Interesting stuff out of the gates here. SPY, the first move up, but it looks like we're taking a break here. So we'll see where we end up going. Megal's already going through halts. Looks like we're halted here to the downside on Megal.
Big bidder on that Sox S here. Statted there. Have an average of 36.24 for Sox S.
AMC halted.
There goes
GME
Clove.
halted.
Nice little lift in Clove. AMC halt, I think. Yeah, AMC halted there. What a rip there, guys. It looks like the Wall Street bets life taking over, guys. Let's go. I know that you guys are looking at those. Who's in that AMC halt? Who's in that GME halt?
Yeah, who's halted? Oh, Ron, nice to see you again, my man. Welcome back. I hope your vacation was great.
Looking for this Clover to now start running here. This is one that I was looking for, short squeeze. So I'm staying in this one. I know they have high short interest, so I know this one's run before. GME, I think, looked good too here. Nice little push above the 40s. Had a daily outlook above 40s. Got that lift right into the morning. Tried to test down, pushed up. We'll see if Triple BY can do the same. Trying to let this dip through 36 here for Sox S, and then I'm going to try to dip by the last little buy there. Look for the reversal to come back in the tech names. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what happens.
In both. 2 halts. Becca in AMC, it looks like.
Nice little bottom there for Sox S. I like this. I'm trying to add to this Sox S position here, but I needed to pull back towards my entry. It's already pushing off, getting into the green here. It doesn't look bad. Clove also starting to push there. I like that push. If it gets to 350, I think it's going to really get that nice lift there. My entry is 337. Look for some stocks to just start catching that rip, right? And I know there's some stocks that are high short interest. So if you guys see one that's moving, let us know. BGFV is one that has been moving up since the open there. I know that some people were watching that one for a move. LAC says Harrison Lee. Interesting to watch.
Sorry about that, Mitch. It does look like all of these meme stocks are moving. Apron was at highs of the day too. So let's check in on costs. KOSS. That moved with all of these before. Costs also at highs.
That one's a little bit tighter move. About 10% still though.
Elba's holding in here. Hasn't made its move yet, though. Looking around for some new stuff here. Actually having a decent day so far, even with the PLTR sell-off.
Nice push there. Clove up there towards 345. I'm liking that one. I'm liking the positions I'm in right now. I'm just trying to let them work. iLag is another one. Trying to squeeze, guys. I'll put this one on your radar. It's an interesting chart there in the morning. If you look at the hourly has a nice setup at 425 underneath it to come back up through 5. That's about a 75-point breakout. Just put a nice little 5-minute candle. I'd look for 430s on pullbacks. That's the VWAP buy there. Doesn't look bad. iLag. Do you lag?
447 stopping iLag so far here today. Sal asking real quick. I know you guys look at small caps. Can you look at Etsy? Sal, we will look at any stock that you want. Etsy here looks like it has curled off the bottom here. So remember, Etsy down from highs of about 310. We are at about a third of the price here at 113. Real strong here this morning out of the gate. I wouldn't chase this green candle. And I can't remember when are they reporting? Okay, they just reported. Okay, they just reported. This is a post earnings run. So this is actually pretty good until November here on Etsy. I don't have any edge on this. I know the people that I know that sell on Etsy and eBay are not thrilled with how it's all going. But that's just anecdotal. There's no data behind that.
Looking at this eye lag to see if there's going to be some more volume to come in here. You saw AMC open up and it just went straight up there. So that doesn't look too bad. I did get my last ad on Soxel, so still pushing on that one. Do like this eye lag. I'm not going to get it here on this pullback, but it was a perfect pullback to VWAP. I'm just going to focus on my Clove and my Soxel trade, but this one does look good.
GameStop open.
There's movement out there today, guys.
Out of that halt.
Joe was right on the pot stocks. Let's see. GDC, yeah, he was right. My boy Joe coming in. He talked about pot stocks this morning. Tilray getting some lift. CGC getting some lift. Keep those on your radar. Of course, high short interest float getting some lift. Prawn, CGC, Tilray. You guys can watch all these cannabis stocks. And who knows, maybe even the Sundial getting some lift. Look at that. Yeah, it is.
Rosie asking, Ryan, what ticker are you trading? Rosie, all I did so far today was I scalped VLTA. It was a quick break through 260. I'm kind of waiting for things to settle down here. I haven't seen anything off of the scanner that's really kind of jumped out at me. Some of the stocks that I was looking for off the opening print, their first move was down. So I want to let that shake out before I start taking stabs at things. Trying to be a little bit more disciplined and tactical today, especially on Monday. That was a good question, though.
A lot moving out there. Let's take a look at the sectors here. Let's see what's moving out there. Consumer cyclical leading us up. What's hot in consumer cyclical? Department stores doing really well. Macy's having a really good day. KSS having a decent day. So if you're looking for some different plays than, let's say, Wall Street Bets plays, you guys can look at some department stores. Auto manufacturers having a decent day. Workhorse getting some lift. We know how that likes to run. Nikola getting some lift. FFIE getting some lift there. So definitely some of the cheaper names. Rivian up 6%. Look at that one. Nice little move up. Tesla up there, back above the 900. We talked about that in pre-market.
Blue Apron. Oop, just took it as I was talking. I was going to say potential trade through 330 if Blue Apron can snap that. It's been strong out of the gate after sinking in the pre-market after earnings. Took 330 out just as I was talking. So I'm not long this, but this looks like a strong chart. Now, it looks like they reported earnings here. Missed on estimate, missed on sales, and I don't see anything on the guidance here. So I'd actually have to peek through that a little bit more. Raises $30 million in new funds and misses estimates as the cost increases. So Apron strong out of the gate here, perhaps moving with some of the meme stocks. 5 cents through that 330 break so far, not in this.
All right, looking for that CLLV to really get some lift here now that it's at the 350s. 350s for Clover, not looking too bad. This is my little short squeeze stocks that I'm taking today. We'll see if it can really get some lift. It's up there to 352 now. Don't want to even come back to VWAP. Want the volume to increase and just start ripping. We'll see what happens there on Clove. Let's go to my 6 chart outlook here. AMC pulling on back there after that breakout in the 20s. That's why I said 20s would be such an important level for AMC. I've been watching it for, I think, like over a month now, if it could get back there towards the 20. That's why I had Matt Kors on Stock Market Movers. I hope you guys caught that. I know that a lot of people were probably hating on that move on AMC when it went to 17. I know I was looking for it to come back to 20, and it's been strong since.
Real quick, Pablo asking, Ryan, did you get in a call in PLTR or you were stopped out? So remember, Pablo, last week I took gains up above 100% on about half of my position. So the rest of my position here is free. So I'm down on this, but it's impossible at this point for me to lose money on this trade.
I don't think it's the market that's stupid. To tell you the truth, what it is humans are stupid. Majority is not going to be smart. Majority will probably be dumb. And so I think that's one thing that most people forget about the markets is that most investors aren't educated. That's why sometimes the dumb plays make money, man. All right, we'll see what's going on in the overall market. We did pass those pre-market highs, so it looks like I was wrong there. We got to the 417, but we did put in some topping there at that 417. Let's see what happens here.
Good question here. Do we have a new level for TQQQ to hit? So I'll take a look at TQQQ here first. Remember, this mirrors the Qs. Next level for, first of all, we're at some resistance here at about 3650. I'd love to see this area cleared out. Next real area of resistance here is 3950. So about 3 points higher from where we're at, Jessica. That's what I would be thinking here. This consolidation zone from May, end of April, beginning of May.
Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes to think about the majority not being smart, but it's the truth if you really think about it. Like overall, the majority of people in the world, they're not going to be on the above average side. They're going to be on the average or below average.
Interesting thing about the Qs here, now that I'm taking a look at it in comparison to TQQQ, Qs looks like it really did break through some of this former support that was now resistance. So to me, if we can continue to push here, now I don't, again, my thought is eventually on the SPY, we retest 360 lows. So this push up here, this can keep going, but I don't necessarily know where it stops. Being above this area here, definitely a good thing for the Qs. I would say that the next area here is let's get a range here. 339, let's call it,
nice
through
push.
347.
Nice push for me here in stocks S, right back above the VWAP now. This is trade here on the right-hand side. I'll put it full screen really quickly. So now I'm looking for it to hold VWAP and get back towards that 37. Anything above 3680s, I can take some profit as we're down at 3628. And we've added on this one. We're going to look for also Nvidia to show signs of weakness, right? And so you saw that one bounce. Let's see if that was a dead cat bounce, and you're going to see it come back towards the 175. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, HLBZ working on those highs here. Next spot, 116, it looks like.
Smith & Wesson, do I play any instruments? I could play a little bit of drums, but that's just more off of ear. I have a pretty good ear for music. That's about it. There's another thing of playing.
Took some Helbiz here, 115. I'm looking for a break here. Going to have a real tight stop on this if we break 115.
Trail Money asking if MP is the leader of its sector. I would say lithium players, you have two or three that are very famous. You can look at MP, you can look at LAC, and another one that I would look at is maybe PLL or LTHM.
I'll help us here. Sorry, Mitch.
You're good.
Trying to play that break at the top, didn't work. VLTA here, I already scalped this one once. This looks like this is trying to push. Interesting if we take this high out here. VLTA. This could be a grinder all day.
Yes,
I'm not sure where this stops, but it's been strong so far. VLTA
it's also
282 high.
It's a big play off the climate bill, Ryan. That's why I think it could be a all-day type of player, because this is going to be off of the climate bill, just like you can possibly see EVgo get off the ground because of that. EVgo is also pushing on up there, trying to get through 10. You could probably see ChargePoint up today, up there towards 17. This one actually looking really good here. I'm actually going to probably think about taking pullbacks on ChargePoint because I love this stock. I'll tell you the truth. I think this is setting up for a nice move. Look at this long-term trend line. You're just finally getting back above, and you held the pullback here. That's what I love. When a stock gets above the trend line, then holds the pullback, takes out the next level of resistance, boom, through 16 today. So any pullback in the 16 area, I'm going to be looking to buy this one. ChargePoint, nice day today. And you guys can watch this. This is Climate Bill pushing these stocks up. MP, can it get to 50? I don't know. It is trying to get back there. There's some resistance, I think, around 40.96. But if you can get through that, then yeah, you'll get into the next price zone where it'll be battling 45s, then 50s. LAC, I think, is actually stronger than MP today. Look at LAC kind of holding up the price action up there towards 28s.
BKSY through its high here. So I'm long 279 through the high from what, the Wednesday of last week. Took out 280. So we took it out briefly here. But if it pulls back any, we'll close this trade. Again, I'm going to be very, very careful with the amount of risk that I allow here. Tight stops on everything is basically what I'm saying.
Same thing for me in StockSell. Is testing back down here, but we want to see if it's going to recover. Qs, are they still ripping? They're pushing.
Market's high.
Getting towards that 951 time, trying to see if we're going to get a swing back down, or is it just going to continue to lift on the day? If it does, that's probably going to stop me out of StockSell. At least can feel that I sized in correctly, because when the pressure is coming down, I'm getting very, very tiny bit into the red. And when the pressure comes up, I'm deep into the green. And so that's why I'm hanging out right here. HRI, Paul C. I got you, man. Let me take a look right quick. This is our
as far as YOLO, nothing really to report here. We pulled off the pre-market high. We're right back at where we closed. Nothing really going on YOLO, Falcon. Nothing new here.
You tried to break out above the 124.85 level, and you're pulling back towards that level for HRI. So as long as it can hold the 124.85, it's a measured pullback. What I wouldn't want to see it is break that 5-minute body of 124.20 to the left. So I'll show you that right quick. This to the left, I wouldn't want to see it break that on HRI. But like always, to each his own. You find what your risk there is, Paul C, and hold to it, man. Like we always say, it's about building the process. So StockSell definitely getting to the point where I might cut it here. It has its lows underneath, and so StockS is the one that I'm talking about. If it cuts that low, we got to be careful here.
Yeah, Rippin, I'm the same way. I'm trying to be a little bit trying to pull things back in. I don't see a bunch of great setups here today. Currently in BKSY, but looks like this is getting heavy.
All right, let's see how my Clove is doing. Clove trying to take out those 350s. I actually like this position. I might actually add to Clove. Held that pullback pretty well here. Looking for some volume to come in. Volume got lower here. Looking for a big buyer to step up through the 350s.
CYBN, good call there, Becca. CYBN pushing to highs. I actually traded this when it was OTC. It's on the Amex now, although it's below $1. I believe they actually do things with psychedelics to try and help. But strong here today on big volume, not in it. Waiting on BKSY to determine a direction here, back to the highs. Show you what I'm looking at here. Waiting for this pop here above 280. I think it can pop some more. So here's the 280 spot that we were talking about. I feel like as soon as this breaks, maybe we can be off to the runnings, off to the races, runnings. It's Monday. And this daily chart actually pretty nice, right? It looks like we're just kind of trading sideways and consolidating here. Would love to see this break out. So this is the trade plan here. We'll see if BKSY materializes.
Not liking this breakdown here, the 36 here for StockS. Gonna have to get out here. Just trying to measure out my out. It needs to recover 36 immediately. If not, I'm getting out.
Megal halted to the downside here, 169. That looks ugly. I'm really glad we're not trading that here today. GME unhalted, it looks like. BKSY took out 280 again. Let's see if we can get some more strength here. Would love to see a day high here, 282 now, BKSY.
It's funny, I'm watching Nvidia more than I'm actually watching StockS because I feel like it's all about Nvidia here. If we came up, it was because of Nvidia. And why did we come down in the pre-market? Because of Nvidia. And if we're going to come down, it's going to be because of Nvidia. RMO with some rockets, Delta. That's probably the hardest one to think that it's getting rockets on. But hey, to each his own, man. To each his own. I remember when RMO first came out. I used to like that stock. That's how it is in this market. You never know. You never know.
Jim, one thing I will say about ILAG here, we've seen this type of trading action before. I don't know. I'm not guaranteed it's going to come back here, but I think maybe if this continues to curl and moves through 4, I think you could have a pretty good shot at some of these trades here for higher. So watch ILAG level here at 4. If you're already in it, just make sure you have a plan to not get hurt. That's all.
Fubo is pushing today, guys. High stock with high short interest, trying to break through 4. Hexo also, cannabis stocks on watch, up 8% there. Hexo's at 20-something cents. So if you like the real cheap plays, that's one to mention.
Market's still strong here.
Volta still showing up there for me. Yeah, man. My man Joel with the cannabis call. Where's the wish? Who's going to wish upon a star?
If you tell somebody what your wish is, Mitch, it's not going to come true.
There's 2 that I'm watching there. Also in that short high interest float kind of thing, you can see NEGG is one that I'd watch, and Wish. There's someone going into Wish where when you see no volume and then you see 400,000 shares, somebody's thinking the same thing. Oh, maybe I'll get rich off a Wish.
This is why I talk so much about volume every day, Mitch, is because that volume flow often tells the story. And if you can find where the volume is going, whether it's a 400,000 share pop or consistent flow, that's going to help you make better decisions on your trades.
Snap is an interesting one. I did see the gap fill that you guys are mentioning in the chat. There's a huge gap there for it to fill. The question is, will it even get into that gap? That's what we'll be watching. That's a move above 11 here. But there's been some big gaps filled before. You're up, Ryan.
Took off BKSY for the time being. Doesn't seem to want to pop. I don't want to get stuck in a pullback, so I'll wait for another setup. So that trade is off. Currently have no day trades live.
Pablo, I'm not the best for options. I wouldn't even try to tell you what to do, and that's not what we're here for anyways. But I think if you're trading options, have your strategy. Let your strategy tell you what to do. If you don't have a strategy, then maybe that's what we need to address more. All right, from this point on, I'm not going to let Success get even 1 cent into the red. I've been battling here with Success. Now it just needs to start getting into the green here. So you guys can see here, I'll show you guys on a 5-minute. Look at this bottoming. It tried to break that 36. We're not going to let that for sure happen. Now we just needed to kind of hold above the VWAP and start coming back on up. A lot of this is dependent on one stock only, Nvidia here. It came down in the pre-market, dragged the semiconductor stocks. If there's one that's going to drag us back down into the red, it's going to be Nvidia. That's why I put this topping out there, right there, around the 181.66. We didn't want to see Nvidia break through that again. We'd want to see it come towards VWAP, which is towards 178. And then Clove, I still got Clove. You guys know that one. It's battling. I actually put a kind of a stop out just in case if I do get stopped out. It'll be like right below break even at 36s, but I'm looking for this to break through the 350s. I'll give it a chance. Just like I know that a lot of people are probably looking at like stocks like AMC here at VWAP. That's interesting, right? Right at VWAP. It's a determining factor. Doesn't mean it's going up. Doesn't mean it's going down. But definitely I know some people are playing it off of this right now. And so keep that one on watch. GME is another one, of course, you guys can watch. Why am I getting data lag there? All right, there you go. That one's actually slightly below VWAP. I actually think GME is interesting there. We'll see what happens here.
TOMZ has an interesting spot here, 148. There's a ton of stock there. I'm not long this. Don't confuse this with Dog Z or Pet Z. This is TOMZ. Huge offer at 148. If that breaks, maybe there is some risk higher here. Not in it. They've punched up against that level several times, but have been unable to take it out yet.
SPY showing some topping action. That's actually an interesting look there for me. Also the Qs, but I'm just watching here. We're in kind of wait and see mode here.
No, backed it off again. That 148 spot, definitely the place to get over here on TOMZ. We'll see. They're taking it. Okay, I'm trying some here. We'll see if this works. They're taking it. There it goes. Let's see if we can keep pushing here. TOMZ. Nope, they just yanked it right beneath. Look at that. Nasty trading action right there. There's a pop. We don't get a bounce here above 144. I'm going to take the L on this one and move on.
Can't blame you, man.
I just don't want trades to get out of hand. You know, like I can take small losses, but I really don't want to take a bigger loss on a pull like that. Tough buying that break there. Would have been better off buying the pullbacks.
Agreed.
Okay, I'm out. That's rough. That is a rough trade right there, but it is what it is. That happens.
Cannabis is really strong. I will give it up to my man Joel. He even told me, he was like, man, I'm going to have the SEC calling me probably because that cannabis, man, I have a feeling it's going. It's going, baby.
Are all of them going?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Tilray highs, yeah.
That's why I mentioned it early on.
Yeah, they're all going.
It's
hard to predict cannabis. That's the thing. I mean, I'm bullish on this as a sector, but it's been hard to predict this.
I played it a little while ago with the cannabis kind of
ETF's not really moving.
The bill, and then it came back down, and then that's when I let go of it. But we just need to keep on watch there. What happens? All right, guys, just got stopped out of that a stock sell trade. Stopped out of the stock sell trade. Lost 14 cents. 14 cents is not bad at all, really. I gave myself a chance there. I was up about 40 or 30 cents there on the upside, but it didn't want to go. And Nvidia came back towards that 181.66. So I set a stop to make sure that I wouldn't get kind of pummeled in this kind of 36 move that you just saw right now. It could recover, and all of a sudden you see Nvidia come back down. But I'd rather be able to get back into a trade than get myself hurt too much on the first move, and then I can't even get back in it.
Rosie's travel day for Zunaid. He will be joining us tomorrow. Pablo, Lord Ryan, PLTR is recovering. Are you buying the pullback? No, because I still have options. I'm still long some of the options. Again, I don't want to lever up into this trade because I've already taken half of it off at a profit. So it's free right now. So I'll just let this ride. I'm glad to see it recover. It would really need to kind of recover a lot faster than it's doing right now for this trade to be profitable. But I still have 74 days until these calls expire. And again, they're free. So no reason to add right here. I bet Z comes back with a fresh haircut. False, that's not a bad bet. I could totally see that happening. Shelly has got the tinfoil hat on saying Zunaid is being held hostage. We will ask Zunaid when we see him if he is under duress. I suspect he isn't, but always possible. So Mitch is there, but he's not here. I'm going to flip it over to my screen real fast. I'm just going to go down the scanner list here. So Tomz shook me out on that pullback. Maybe it's curling. We'll keep watching that level. Maybe the second time through it, there could be an opportunity there. Apron still grinding higher. Let's take a look at VLTA. That was grinding higher earlier today too. Kind of holding up here, but that's still a pretty interesting trade there, especially with the stuff going on. $269 your VWAP on VLTA here. EAR, really disappointing. Nothing but down since the open here. No trade, it looks like. Coinbase back over 100. And the moves in Coinbase have been crazy. This might be the stock to play with options. In fact, how liquid are those options? Let's check. Let's check how liquid those options are. Well, that's the October contract. Near contract's pretty liquid. Yeah, this would be a good trade.
And no fill there for AMC on that 25 pullback. I'm sorry, guys. I was like eating my Nutri Valley in one hand and trying to take a trade in the other. Tried to get an AMC there at 25. Got no fill, not even a single share. And it went right back up there towards 22.48. We'll see if I can get this pullback below 25 now.
Ron wanted me to take a look at Ring Central. Ring Central running up right into that 54.50 resistance and pulling back here. Super strong move out of the gate. 6 points out of the gate here. Not on that one because it didn't have the crazy relative volume, but still real nice trade if you're able to catch that. Nice eye there. Thanks for shouting that. I feel like you might have said that earlier and I might have missed it.
I don't think I'm going to get the fill at 25 again. I'll see if it pulls back there.
Yeah.
Wanted to get it, but
sad boy, I do too. Those people did. It was the Kathy Wood agenda there, where they sold at the lows only to watch it bounce and double the next couple of weeks.
When Kathy sells, we get excited. Means the turn is coming. Triple BY. Hanging out there. See what
I'm
happens.
going to run
on
to the
that
washroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Got you. Just keeping a close eye on these stocks here, trying to see if we're going to get that next leg. Nvidia, what happened there? Nice rejection again of that 180.81.66. So you could see a start coming on down there. SPY showing some topping action. Q's showing some topping action. So that's success. Look how it's coming right back up there. I'm going to have to keep this one on my radar here. I might take one more attempt here at success. Just stopped me out there on that pullback before. But it did break to 36. I didn't want to hold it there. We were at like about 36.28. So we were right about, I'll show you guys where we were. We were right about here. So I'm looking for a pullback here to see if it's going to get bought up. That's right here at the 36.50s here. It's going to be all dependent on, of course, Nvidia. That's the one that I really would kind of keep watch. Still in that clove. That clove is just working for me. Well, you look up our jobs. We got, I think it's, you can find it on the website, William, if you're looking to get a job. All right, guys, what else do you guys like? Tesla pulling back to 900? Let's take a look. Yeah, 900 is so important for that one. If it holds on 900, I think it can get a VWAP bounce. If it doesn't, I think it cracks right back below 900. It's tough. Tough charts here, guys. Tough charts for sure.
All right. So VLTA back at the 280 spot here.
Trying to get back in here. All right, just took a little bit there on Soxel. Give myself one more try on this one. Got 36.38s there. We're going to see it come back above 36.50s. SPY showing some topping action. So is the Qs. Let's see if we get some top. Nvidia is really the key one.
VLTA through 280.
Got you, Brian. I'll put you up there. It's probably a more exciting trade than I am.
And 285 is going to be your day high here in terms of a day trade. Now, Mitch, I think the interesting part here is that you had said that this is because of the bill.
At least I feel like it's definitely getting the support because it includes a lot of kind of energy plays, and we already saw those kind of running. So you could watch the other ones also, like ChargePoint and EVgo. Right. You'd want to see those kind of continue here.
Important not to get married to any of these ideas in case they don't work out, but that's good to know because that could actually, you know, line up for multi-day moves here. Now, I'm not going to hold this overnight for sure, but still would watch it if it continues to set up on a regular basis.
Clove, I like this move towards 350 here that is going to try to break out on. We're going to actually add here if I can get an add. Just got that ad there. Now we're going to hold break even no matter what at 40. 340s will be the stop out there. Only risking about 3 cents to get that ad now. So that's the key there, is it gives me a chance for a breakout and gives me a chance to go ahead and hold a 3-cent risk here for a stock that, you know, even if it kind of comes back and just stops me out, I gave myself a chance for a breakout in Clove. So looking for this to kind of keep going on up, and then the average now brings me to stop out here at the 340s, giving me a chance here for it to come on up. Average right at the VWAP, and so I'm looking for that extension back up. Let's see what happens now. Nvidia is the one that I'm looking also to break down here so that Success can get up there, but it's battling here right at the top. All right, time to bring some music into the stream here.
All right, VLTA struggling to get over that 285 right now, so I'm going to take it off and wait for it to set up again. Again, I've already made money on that trade, so I don't want to give that money back. I'm okay taking it off flat here, waiting for that break above 285. Judging by how they've pulled this off of the 285 spot, I would imagine that you'd probably get a pop and a pull. So if you do play for the break, be sure to get out before they yank that back so your trade doesn't go red. And the other thing that you can do to kind of protect profits that you've made is if you're going to retrade the same ticker, could always lower your size, especially if your first trade was in profit. You could lower your size and kind of build onto that just to make sure you don't eat all of your gains back. In the case here with VLTA, I'm up just a little bit, but I don't want to give that all back here. So I'm probably going to wait. I'll probably trade this breakthrough 285 a little bit smaller. Watch, this is going to be the one that actually really moves.
All right, trying to bring a little bit of music into this, see what's going on out there. What's going to happen with these moves? The battle is on here. All right, how you doing out there, traders? What's going on?
Kalu's out of AMC, so took his gains off the table there. Market does look like it's taking a break here. Not necessarily sure it's going to roll over here, but definitely taking a break to the upside.
Weed maps. Maps moving. Also the cannabis stocks, man. The cannabis.
Weed maps? Can anyone explain to me what weed maps is and how that's beneficial?
Yeah, dude. It's as simple as this, Ryan. If you went to, let's put it this way. When I went to Detroit, the first thing I pulled up was my weed maps.
Does it tell you where you can get weed? Is that the deal?
Of course, baby. It's fucking, think about it like Yelp for weed.
I like how I asked the question and you gave me an example that explains the answer. That was well done, Mitch.
I mean,
on that one.
the simple answer is when you move in, when you fly into a legal state or legal city, you're like, well, let me look up my weed maps.
And so here, real quick, let's talk about the process and the lesson here. You guys heard me say I'm going to pull VLTA off here because I don't want to necessarily wait through a pullback, and it was having trouble breaking through that 285 area that we had identified. Look at the candle here. Look at this 1 minute candle. It's exactly what happened. It felt heavy to me. It was unable to really break that, so I pulled it off and waited for a setup. This candle right here, this is what I wanted to avoid. This candle is going to eat into the profits that I've already made. And the reality is that VLTA could still trade higher today. The last thing that I'd want to do is be trapped in a candle to A, give away my profits, or stay in the trade and say, I really hope that this breaks the high, only to watch this sink back down to 250 and then have a big L on your hands. So the strategy here was, this was the spot. I think it's going to get taken out. If it doesn't get taken out, if I'm wrong, which is going to happen often, what's my plan there? Took it off, protected my profits, and I'm not even sweating it. I already lost on TOMZ, so the last thing I want to do is give back some of the profits on the stock that I actually made a gain on. That doesn't make any sense.
Weed maps, where do I find? Just download the app. One of the things that
you work on getting a sponsor from Weed Maps?
I should. I mean, It would happen. It'd be easy. No, but what I used to like it about it also is that you could also use it to order, Ryan. So you could put like future
Okay.
online ordering, and
Does
then
it deliver, or do you have to pick up still?
it depends if your state or city allows delivery. Yes, you could do
Gotcha.
delivery through it.
Ron, great trade on RNG. I would love to hear what the entry trigger was at the open. Normally for day trades, I use the relative volume scanner. Ring didn't have that, so I never saw it here this morning. But I'd like to know what you saw as the entry trigger. Maybe that's something that we can incorporate here into the everyday plan.
Let's go, sock sell. Let's go. We get above this 36.55. I'm ready to jump on it. But Nvidia is still fighting above the VWAP. That's the only thing concerning me about this position.
Big Sky Crypto, are you in Montana? Big Sky.
Yeah, no, the big thing there is looking at prices, right? That's why people look at weed maps really. I mean, they want to compare some prices before they get into the store. You know, there's one thing, you know, you walking into the store. I'll tell you one thing. You walk into the wrong store in Colorado, you get taken. Let's just say that. You get taken for a tourist, and they'll take all your money real quick when you can go towards a lot of cheaper dispensaries that are out there. There's the mom and pop spots, and then there's the high retail spots.
Big Sky Crypto, I am looking to move to Montana. I'd love to hear your advice about that. You should reach out, my man. That's awesome. How's the weather out there today?
Yeah, I might have to start.
What part
at
of Montana? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I can't wait.
It's cheap. It's cheaper than Colorado. I might have to move back there.
All right, and here we go. Just to kind of drive this point home, look at the pullback on VLTA. We're down 10 cents from the spot that we were hoping to break. I don't want to be a part of this. I'll wait until we're back up at that spot, or until this maybe curls off this 275 area here. So this is exactly what we were trying to avoid. I feel really good at avoiding that here into this morning's trade. We'll see if VLTA can curl back up here.
Short golf season, though.
Yeah, but you know what? You're not far from some other places that you can drive to. Utah, namely. It's not even really that far from Arizona.
Just take trips to Florida. Golfing trips, baby. Oh, man loves it.
One coming up here. Got the golf outing coming up. Can't wait. My golf got rained out this weekend. I was so bummed. Oh wow, you're near Whitefish. Oh, Whitefish is some of the best skiing in the world, I hear. That's up by Kalispell, right?
All right, just added there on success. You're good though, Ryan. Keep talking.
No, I was just daydreaming about going to Montana. That's all.
There you go. Saw Nvidia break towards the VWAP. Got that little break up towards in success. Let's see it now. You can look at also some other kind of tech names to see them start dropping. Like, of course, Apple and stuff like that. Look for Apple to start dropping. Look for Google to start dropping. If those start breaking down here, you could see the Qs just really start breaking down. Of course, they showed that topping action around 10 o'clock. And so that's another reason to think that we could start breaking down here. We'll see what happens. Of course, the SPY did hold up there towards 417.40s. You could look at it as maybe 417.50s. Anything closes back above that, you might get some upside outlook. You know, one of the biggest things that I look at in like RSI and that kind of data is for what I call price extremes. So if we take a look at it on, let's say, the SPY, one of the things that I start pointing out is that we're starting to get to the extremes on the upside on the daily, right? And so we came from an extreme low there of down towards RSI 2130s. And now we're back up here towards an RSI at 76. If you take a look at extreme upside RSI, you still have a little room towards around 85, I would take a look at on the SPY. But we are getting towards that point where we are into the overbought versus oversold.
VLTA trying to curl here. Long 277. We'll see if this gets moving. I reduced my size just like we had talked about. By the way, let me pull it up here. Let's just check it in on our good friend Megal here, which looks like it's all over the board. Par for the course. Same deal here with VLTA, reduced size, but now we're curling here. If we fail this curl up, meaning if we don't continue to curl up here, I'll take this off here. I won't really let it go red.
The problem is that Uber Eats is following the laws right now. Weedmaps already has it, but I understand what you mean. It's the same way I talk about Grow Generations and Home Depot. One day, I'm sure we'll have a lot of the cannabis let's say, grow up kind of aisle in Home Depot soon enough. But we need it to be legal. That's all that needs to happen. That's when I see Grow Generations kind of get destroyed.
TOMZ through that spot now.
Speaking of that, Grow is ripping. That's one.
Of course, really frustrating since we took a loss on TOMZ.
Cannabis today, guys. Look at Grow, up about 11% and just straight up there. CGC, nice little move on up today. Tilray, nice little move on up today. Not looking too bad in some of the cannabis plays. SPY holding the VWAP. That it is. That it is. I'm telling you right now, it's all about Nvidia for me. If Nvidia can stay into the green today, we'll probably be green on the day. If it gets back into the red, that's when I'd be watching for us to get into the red.
I mean, Nvidia is still down 5% here, so that's going to be a tough move.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about from the open. That's all I pay attention to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the pre-market, I mean, yeah, you can add that into it, but I just pay attention from the open. So our opening price was 176.49, and we're at 180s. So we're still ways away from there. What do you guys like out there, guys? You guys are getting a little quiet on me. What happened? Did the meme stock stop moving? Ooh, AMC 25. It did give me that chance back at 25. Would have been fun to play. Just stop watching it. I actually like that look now. It's looking like it wants to come back there. Clove still working for me. We'll see what happens on that one. AMC, though, is setting up there. Triple BY. I like that comeback right there off the 11. I was looking to see if it was going to hold 11. It did. It gave you a couple wicks down there, but it recovered 11 pretty well there. Triple BY now would be looking for maybe around 11.25s, 11.20 area to hold on this pullback. We'll see what happens there on Triple BY. GME holding VWAP. That one's looking like the stronger one of the bunch. So if you want to look at one that I think has the better move setup is the GME chart. Because it's not extended. Like AMC is already extended on the daily. GME is not extended to me on the daily. I think it's setting up for a nice extension back above 50.
IVDA, Danny's asking about IVDA. IVDA, I was a little slow on it because I was watching VLTA here. Did really pop through that 2 spot. Gave you a decent trade up to what, 213 here before pulling back. 213, your new spot there on IVDA. Knights for Humanity, yes. So who was asking about this? What the F is Megal new IPO? Yes, that was an IPO from last week. Supposed to be similar to HKD. I'm just ignoring it. William says we're missing NRGU. You want to chart NRGU for us real quick, Mitch?
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm seeing the breakdown here in NVIDIA. Trying to focus on my trade here.
Yep, all good.
If you want to break that down, you can. Just starting to see NVIDIA starting to break down. Stock sell trying to get through 3670 here.
This is NRGU, a leveraged ETN that I don't trade here. We are making higher highs here. It does look like it's trying to curl here, but this is not something I have any expertise or experience with.
Come on. What's going to happen here? Will Nvidia continue to break down or not?
Rosie, 909 Tesla resistance. I would actually say it's 910 based on the intraday chart. We stopped at 910 on that first push up. Now we're curling back up towards that 910. So it looks like we're trying to take that down. I would say it's 910.
Good Lord. Keep getting slacks.
BKKT, been waiting for commentary on BKKT. Nothing much going on here, King Genius. Not a whole lot of volume, really kind of anemic price movement. Really not even interested into this unless we take out 355. So not a whole lot going on here on BKKT. By the way, Helbiz, which we had.
Boom, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Sound that alarm here. Trying to take some profit here in SockSell. Starting to see some nice little push there. Just took some profit there at 36.83s. Look at that push now, baby. Let's go. Talked about how I wanted to take some profit there. Let's go towards that. You're seeing Nvidia drop, SPY drop really quickly there. Be careful with the meme stocks also. I saw them pull back a little bit. We could see them kind of give away to come to that push, right? And so now SockSell is really the one that I've been trading. Just took some profit above the 80s, which is literally a line that I had drawn here. So as soon as I went above that line, I took some profit. Now we can just let the rest of this work here. We still got a big part of the position. So it's already deep into the green. I'm just giving it a little bit of run here because I've been giving this pretty much all day. So I'm trying to make my daily gain here on this one trade.
Real quick, while that was all happening, Helbiz, we flagged this one. Had this at spot here at 120. Just broke that. Went as high as, what do I have here? I have 133 prints, but realistically 132 is where some of the volume was. So Helbiz here finally worked out. Happened while we were breaking down the other trade here. So action's starting to happen here.
Yep, that's for sure. Now we got to see if there's anything that's going to continue to run or continue to break down. Nvidia went right to VWAP. Now you got to see if we can recover VWAP there. If it can't, we'll probably see some continued downside action. If I get through 37 here, we can take a little bit more off as we've been in this from 35s. So that's going to be a nice 65-cent profit there. And if you guys remember, our loss earlier in the day was 14-cent loss, right? So 14-cent loss, and I'm taking profits at what? I'm taking profits at 50. So that's a 4-to-1 trade. And so that's the things that I always look at. 3-to-1, 4-to-1 on the return is, at least for me, where I see the sweet spot. Trying to get through that 37
take out
here.
The highs here. Not in it. Helbiz, if you're in that, I would trim and trail that here.
It's all about Nvidia here. Like I talked about it earlier. Today is a day where what was the most important news that hit the tape right before the bell? It was Nvidia. We saw the market turn around on that. Ron, it's not because of it's because of the music. Sometimes the music bounces and brings the level up and draws the mic volume to go higher. I could stop the music entirely, but I don't know if we want to do that. It just kind of gets dull sometimes.
Well, with the action's starting to pick up here, so maybe we can get by on that.
Yeah, and I know there's something that I need to try, which is a double camera trick there, but it's just something that I haven't had a chance to try it yet, guys. I'll try it tomorrow. I'll try to do an adjustment tomorrow for us.
I tell you what, of all of the things that we've done on this channel here, the music is the most divisive. You either love it or you hate it.
It's like that for
each group.
I'll tell you, Ryan, it's like that for every live trading stream. Some people like the music, some people don't.
iLag busting through the VWAP here. Helbiz did take out that 133. I'm not in any of these. I'm just kind of watching them. Keith, Keith's asking about the Nvidia earnings. They pre-announced here this morning.
Yeah, pre-announce. Battle is on here for Nvidia's VWAP. I think that's the most important thing that I'm watching right now, because if that recovers, yeah, it'll probably stop me out of my trade eventually. So this is going to be the key to watch. Does Nvidia come back towards that 181.66? And does the Qs find the VWAP and bounce the same? You see how the Qs are right similar to Nvidia today? A lot of that is based on the price action, it being the most important stock for it right now. I'm actually put these side by side so you can see this. So let's put Nvidia here, Qs, and just for the hell of it, let's put Apple to the left.
Does Helbiz take out 140 here? 140 high on Helbiz.
Helbiz. That's a short squeeze type of stock.
I'm tempted, but we're so extended here. I really don't want to sit through a pullback.
It's tough. This music gives you anxiety, Frank? Sorry, my friend. I can bring it to a lower end music, but just trying to find some happy medium with people. People that didn't like the sleepy music. The sleepy tunes. Nvidia, what do you want to do here?
Looking for the best cinematics.
Q's trying to bounce.
There goes Helbiz through 140, not in it still. FFIE popping here too. Interesting is that 337s are high from Thursday on FFIE. See if FFIE can really get going there. Helbiz still going 141 high. I guess it really only popped a cent here. Steam's extended. Checks, man. My guy right there. My guy.
That's just how it is. No worries, guys. We're here for everybody. We just can't make everybody happy. My mom always told me, you can't make everybody happy, Mitch.
We try, though. We definitely try.
There's always going to be someone that's upset.
Yeah, but we can try to get 2% better every day. And that's
the
what
key is that the majority is having fun. I'm into that utilitarianism. We're not Marxists here. Let's get through that 37.
Real quick, I noticed Seeker had asked about POW. Jess, it looks like you're swinging POW. Let's take a look at this. This is actually a stock that one of the gentlemen from our happy hour has been all over for a long time, traded it multiple times successfully, and still has a swing position here. They're going through an expansion. They should be able to produce more ammo. This actually looks like a pretty good area. I think above 560 here, and maybe this is some good risk on here. We back out to a 15-minute chart here. We can see we've really made a good move off the bottom here. And finally, if we take a look at the daily, you can see this has been former support area that's now resist. So a break above this, maybe we actually go higher here. I'd like double digits here if I was swinging this. Not in it yet, but this is a really good spot. You guys are on something.
All right. There, someone bringing into my attention, Austin, like, yo, did you see Penn today? Did you see Penn today, Ryan?
I did not. I did not check out
Look
Penn.
at that monster to the left.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that an NFL trade I see? That isn't because anything Penn said. Let's just put it that way. At least in my eyes, that's a Penn. That's an NFL breakout, baby. Let's see if the DraftKings can catch up with it. You see, it's trying to catch up with it today, and it's held the green there. Looks like maybe I sold my swing trade early, and it's okay. Sometimes that's going to happen. One thing that you can't let come back to you is there's always going to be someone that says, oh, you sold your trade early. Right? I'm sure you hear about that all the time, Ryan. And so one of the biggest things that you got to tell those people is I had a plan in my reward. As long as I took that planned reward and didn't rush and didn't get, antsy to the sell, then that's all you need to do is just hit the base hit. It's okay if one of your stocks that you called going up, you took profit and then it kept going up. That's okay. You can't be upset about that. You're going to always hear someone trying to make you upset about that. They're going to look at it in a different way. But what I do is give myself a pat on the back and say, hey, you got to this bad boy early. It's okay that you didn't get all the move.
And that if you recall, Mitch, a number of months ago when we first started trading Veru, I got absolutely blasted for scalping Veru. And that was actually a good trade. I think I got 30 cents or so out of that particular scalp when it was in the sixes. It ended up going to 12 or 11 and then 12 and then eventually 16. And I took a ribbing from a bunch of people in the chat that entire day. Oh, Veru's going to 20 and 30 and this and that. And what are you doing? The plan was for the scalp. Since then, we've traded it a number of times, including a swing position in calls that paid out pretty well. So again, trade the plan. Don't let the noise divert you from your plan. If your plan needs adjustment, that's another discussion. But you can think about that tactically and spend some time on that. Don't be influenced by noise, especially ones in a chat.
Nice ad there, Sal, talking about an upgrade from Barclay on DraftKings.
Valiant Green said it best, man. Green is green. Valiant goat.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, what we're here for is planned attacks, right? So if you get a planned attack and it actually comes to the results that you're looking for, it's crazy not to take the profit sometimes. That's when you really get upset, when you got everything that you planned for, it went to that profit, and then you didn't take it, and then it comes back to your entry.
Take a look at PLTR. Take a look at PLTR. PLTR, I bought those calls at 21. I wanted at least 100% gain. I ended up selling some at 50. You know where they are right now? 19. Imagine if I didn't sell a partial of my position and book those gains. I'd have given them all back today and I'd be in a loss.
Yep. And that's the more important part, I think, than just looking for the biggest gainer.
It's part of the process. Absolutely.
We're here to take multiple trades, and it's a sample of trades that matter, not necessarily one trade. If you're here for one trade and I'm going to just take one trade and never come back, well, then, that might be a perspective that you can take. But the truth is, it's very difficult to be like that. Now, we are getting a big bounce off the VWAP there for the Qs. They're coming back fast, so you could probably see Nvidia come back fast. We're not going to let ourselves go into the red on this stock sell. We gave ourselves a spot there for the 37 breakout. Probably should have taken some profit maybe there in the 95s, 96 level. Didn't take the profit. Now it just need to be safe with the position. Not going to let it go into the red. Going to watch to see what happens here. You never know where stocks are going to go. The one thing you do is just react and execute. React and execute.
Halbiz, excuse me, trying to take 150 here. We're currently 147.
Yeah, I think this is setting up for those kind of short squeezes to get that lift there. Clover taking that next step up. So that's working really well for me. So even if this one stops me out, can't be upset. Just set myself up for those other trades. Clove looking well here. And I would say AMC probably going to come back here towards 25. Keep an eye on that one. GME also at the VWAP. Let's see if they catch that bid at the VWAP and comes back up. Clove is the one I'm still in, guys, looking for that next leg up there. Remember, 43 is my average now. I did add to this position, looking for that nice swing to continue.
Tesla did break that 910 resistance we talked about, Rosie. You're absolutely right. We're up 3 points from that. That's actually not a bad scalp right there if you played it. I took it off my screen here for a sec. Good shout, though. Tesla through resistance here. Butted up against that once earlier today, curled back. Great formation here. This type of play right here, you're going to see this repeated quite a bit. And in not just small caps, you'll see it in some of the bigger cap names here today. Rosie, if you were watching Tesla, great trade there. Great spot. Oh, wow. GOEV trying to make a run towards 4 here. Let's watch GOEV.
Yeah, that had nice little
part
volume.
of the other one that you mentioned, right? That's still part of the
energy plays.
Inflation reduction. I'm sorry. It doesn't actually do that. I can't believe they're calling it, but whatever it's called. Part of that spending on EVs.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad there. It got a lot of volume pump on that first move that was first through 92s to 96. So I'd actually look for a little test here of 92s to 90 and then comes right back up to 4. But we'll see what happens here. The reason why I look for that is I always look for attempts towards that first person that bought and looking for him to get hit a little bit. That's here to the left-hand side. So I'd look for a pullback towards the 392s, 390s, then a little push on up. But it could be just the bid goes to 392 and the offer stays on 396. Nvidia taking that next leg down there. That's going to be looking good for my stocks L, as you're seeing Nvidia not getting back above the VWAP there. Even though the Qs bounced strong, it came right back there. So just be careful out there, guys. There's a lot of that chop now coming into play. That's why I'm sticking to my trades versus trying to change things up. Just sticking to it and staying to my levels. Clove, let's see if Clove can take that next step up. Want this to take that next level up there through the 355s. Of course, this is also a run into earnings play. And so that's why I like Clove also, because it does have earnings after the bell. So we'll see if it can get on up there. I agree with you, Knight. Take 2% on the account every day. Yeah. You can't go wrong. My Lucid is moving. It's not mine. It could be yours too. It is moving on up. It did have a nice push out the gates there. Trying to hold here around, let's say, the 1915 pullback. There's really VWAP down towards 19. Went up there towards 1970. Doesn't look too bad, but the volume kind of sold off there after that 1970.
We're about 30 cents, if you will, on the VIX from the low from Friday. I would expect us to bounce from that low. So if the market keeps moving up here, I would expect it to kind of slow down. Or if the VIX if the VIX keeps melting here, I would expect it to slow down the market. Although we kind of have tailed off here at the resistance 2 pivot. See if GOEV consolidating here and flagging. This definitely feels like it wants to go higher. We'll see though. Oh, let me ban the bots here.
Yeah, they love to get in it right when we don't pay attention.
Yep, I got it. They wait. It's like they wait till I look away, and it's like,
yeah, I think there's literally the person waiting. Yeah. Like, all right, Falcon, I hope you enjoy the channel. If you're enjoying this, check out our other shows. We have a lot of shows. We have a pre-market prep show. We have our live trading show. After this, we'll go into Benzinga Live, where we have a little bit more fun. Take a look more at the trading outlook. A lot of times traders come on Benzinga Live. And then after that, we have Stock Market Movers, which is kind of more of a headline show that also gets to expert opinions in the industry, especially more of the macro outlook, like the Fed, what's coming up with interest rates, how we're looking for the CPI report, things like that will be talked about on Stock Market Movers. Then we have always some crypto content. We'd look to get into cryptocurrency at 2 p.m. And then at 3:30, we get back to At the Close with none other than John Condon. So check that out. If you haven't seen our content before, guys, definitely smash the like and hit the subscribe down below so that you guys can watch all market content all market day long. We usually close after 4 p.m. So if you want to stick around with some content all day long, this is the place to do it.
GOEV at that 397 level here. They're taking some of that block. There's a little bit of a block here. I think that if this block falls, we probably pop. We might have a bit of a move through 4 here, which would be, there we go. They just took 397 bid now, a little bit more size at 398. Let's see if they can push this up into 4. To me, it seems like they're going to try to attack 4 here. We shall see. Oh my God, we have a surprise for you in the
back. I heard
we
that
have a surprise for you folks, for all of you that hung out. Mitch.
I heard that somebody actually got stopped by TSA, and he was searched for one thing: for being a baller. What's up, Zunaid? How we doing, my friend?
What is going on? Man, I have lost my voice a little bit. See, I'm going to start crying.
My voice a little bit.
So we're going to be, we got a little bit of a cracked voice, but that's okay. We're going to do the stream here with Ninja Trader. But it was a fun weekend, man. I'm excited to be back, trade some stocks this week.
Yeah, someone was yelling this weekend. It must have been an exciting esports
22
event.
22 hours in 2 days, man. It was epic for sure.
Wow.
Fun tournament. And then
Did you win?
No, I just broadcasted, so I got maybe
So
like
you
a
did
percent of
win.
that.
You win no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
who wins.
Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't have to sweat about anything, so it was fun. It was a good weekend, man. And then tomorrow we go right back to it. So today we do laundry and some trading, hopefully.
Laundry day, baby.
Yeah.
The man where you build greatness.
Oh, man. I was
Through
at the
patience
airport.
of laundry.
I was at the airport, and I was like, man, I really wish I could play BBBY, but like that stock was just like all over the place. And I really wanted it at $10, and when I landed, I checked. It never got there, so I felt a little better. But that's
So
the
the
only
plane
stock I
ride
care
didn't
about.
force you to miss a trade, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
that's it.
well, except AMD, I saw that one around 99.20. But besides that one, I was okay.
How you feeling about the Qs now? We need some insight here. I'm into my trades. I'm pretty much shorting semiconductors here. What do you feel about the Qs, my friend?
Well, I mean, I just got home, washed my face, and I'm here. So I haven't looked at anything. But just looking out for that chart, you can see, I assume that's VWAP on the yellow side.
You got it.
And there's
Here,
VWAP.
I'll put it nice and big for you.
You've got
This
VWAP
is,
in the
let's do-
325, right? What's the bottom EMA?
Here's
there?
a 5-minute for you because I know that you like kind of more 5 or 10 minutes. So I got a 5-minute for you.
So you can see that it's consolidating, right, for the past like 10 minutes or so near VWAP. If you wanted to go short, it's not the best risk reward. You might want to wait till it comes back up to the 326s, or you wait till it cracks below VWAP, and then you can go ahead and have a stop loss right above 325.50s or so. I am definitely an addict, so I'm going to try to put a trade on after I hang out with Ninja Trader here momentarily in gym. But that's the main thing that I see. If you go to AMD, real quick. Oh,
GOEV 399
About to take
now.
some
It is trying
profit
for that
right now.
fourth spot.
looks like
Sorry.
Ryan's in a trade as well. You're good. So look, that 100 cracked, right? So this is if this goes to 99.20, you can try to go ahead and go long. But if it comes back to test 100, you can go ahead and try to go short. That's probably what I would try to do. But look at how it cracked
Just
100,
took some
came
profit.
back, and bounced from 100 to VWAP. That was the perfect short for you. Maybe if I got back to my room 20 minutes early, I could have taken that trade, but it's all right.
Just took some profits on stocks S here as we're getting that next leg down in Nvidia and AMD. Thank you for coming in, Zunaid, and knocking the stocks down. I appreciate you like you never know.
Hey,
Lol.
you're welcome. You're welcome, man.
Nah, he usually lifts these tech stocks up.
I'm
but-
nothing but a bear. I'm really not. I am really not. Depends what trade I'm in. Then I'm biased. But
Oh, then we get a little.
oh man. Oh, I need to check on my. I have SIGA options. I need to check on that.
SIGA was up when we checked here this morning.
Is it
See if
above
my
25?
clove-
Because I bought some
SIGA.
options after Biden
No.
declared it an
Ooh.
emergency.
No, it was almost reached 25. We're
25,
currently pulling back.
Look
Yeah,
at that. So look at that
pre-market.
whole number, right? Pre-market rejected 25. Beautiful.
Yep.
Oh
Came
my
back
God.
to 22 and then found some bounce. AMD washing there, guys. The Q's probably washing there. Now stocks L up big for me,
Yeah.
guys. I still got a little piece here. Want to hold 37 on this push, but the Q's cracking fast from there too. So just be careful out there with some of those kind of meme plays. SPY rejecting that 417 again. Looks like we got some downside coming in here. Tesla's one that I would be looking for to reverse there. That 915s could start coming right back down to the VWAP. It's one to watch for some shorts now. Let's take a look here at Apple. How's the Apple doing? There it goes to break down a little bit. We'll see if this reverses here, but definitely a nice little leg there for me. Took some profit in stocks L above 37. Now going to look for it to continue going.
If you take a good look, if you go back to Tesla, right, you'll see that it
Real
cracked
quick,
above. Oh,
real
go
quick.
ahead, go
Let me
ahead.
just get in here real quick. Took
Yeah.
GOEV off, waiting for the setup through 4. So
There
it
you
butted
go.
up here several times. Lots of size there. Couldn't take it. I'll wait till it gives it a chance to take it.
You got it. All right.
Let me go ahead. I got it.
Yeah,
I
you
got it
can
here.
share your screen there, bro. There you go.
Let me. All right. You can. So I'm gonna go to the 5-minute here on Tesla. You can see that it cracked above 1,000, right? Then it had your 30-minute range right there. Then look, it came back and tested 900, and he also had VWAP there along with it. So that was a solid spot to go ahead and come back in. And of course, if it goes $5 below 900, you go ahead and get out. But that risk reward, you got anytime you have VWAP at 900 or any hold number near anywhere, it's always a decent spot to get in. Looks like I have 2 call options in SIGA. One is a $20 call option that's up 86%, but one is a $30 call option that's down 26%. So I was really hoping for a big pop here this week, but so far nothing. And those calls expire August 19th. So I guess I've got a couple of weeks for those to happen. But if SIGA comes back above VWAP here and above 23, could be a decent long idea. And you just kind of stop out below this 22.69 candle. See what Gubbucks is doing. Yeah, that one's below VWAP as well.
What do you think about? I'm in Clove here.
CLOV. Wasn't the stock at one point like in the 30s or something?
Yeah.
Yep, 28s. Let me see. Let me go back here. CLOV. So it's trying to break out of this range itself on the 30-minute. If it goes ahead and pops above, if this 5-minute candle closes above 353, I would go long, and then your stop loss would be if it comes back below this 30-minute range. That's the only way I see to play it to the breakout side. If you want to wait for a test back, 345 is your VWAP level, so you can try to go ahead and play it there as well. But how much of a movement you're going to get, I don't know. But
just to interrupt you, just because it's moving right now, this is one I've been watching since earlier today. I lag. You lag? Who lags?
Not the stock, apparently, if it's moving.
We'll see what happens here. I like this on the hourly pullback. It had that nice hourly pullback level off the $4, looking for it to get back to the 425s. That's where I thought it was going to get strong. You could see it here, pulled back towards that 425 on the VWAP, then started pushing on up. I would look for 435s here to hold, and then for it to start pushing back there towards a move towards 5. Really big resistance start hitting at around 485s, but doesn't look like a bad stock here to trade. I lag.
And 497 is your high on iLag from the extended session on Friday. So here, let me pull it up here. So
iLag, you lag.
Right here.
So right near that $5.
I've got 497. Let me get a different chart up here. Here it is. In fact, let me mark this line off just so I don't have to deal with this again.
Right near that $5 whole number.
Right. Yep, exactly. So, I mean, really, Mitch, what did you say? 476?
Mm-hmm.
That looks like our next level here. We'll see if iLag can get rolling here. This thing likes to pull, though, so be careful if you take this.
Big win today in Stocks. Stocks S, not Stocks L. So I don't say it again, Caleb. Thank you for letting me know. I keep saying Stocks L. It's because I'm too used to trading Stocks L and not Stocks S. All right, we got about 7 minutes until we get to some futures action. Don't want to miss that.
Yeah, we've got about
pulling here a little on iLag.
There you go, 37.30s. Can I get the 37.40s? I'll take another little bit off there. That's going to be a point on this. Remember, earlier we lost 14 cents on Stocks S. Now we're almost making a point on the gain here. So that's what I'm talking about. Actually like this right here. I'm taking it off there. Boom, 37, about 4 cents away from that 1 point, but took a majority of it off now. Now only have about a swing position size. So I'm going to let it keep working here. I want it to hold 37 on any pullback. If 37 breaks on the pullbacks, we'll get out. But I'm just trying to let this continue into the trend with Stocks L here, taking another little bit here into this move. So now we'll look for it to get above this high here that was on the open. It went to 37.48. If it can get through that, next leg up, baby. And the big thing for us is Nvidia coming on down and continuing to leak there. And you're probably seeing the Qs continuing to leak. If Qs get back above VWAP, that can give us a sign that maybe we just cover. But for right now, if the Qs continue to leak, we probably see some downside in kind of the tech names that are out there like AMD. QCOM is one that I've been looking at for it to come down here. Let's see how that one performed today. Yeah, that one.
Here's your pull.
There's iLaggy.
iLag is pulling a little bit here, but you actually want this before it takes the high out. We'll see what happens if it trades down to 450. Still holding up here, and volume looks good on iLag. Here we go. Here we go. It's trying.
All right, let me take a quick outlook on sectors. I'm not going to pull up my charts, but I'll just talk about them while Ryan is in his
465
ILAG.
spot up here on ILAG. It really needs to take out this 465 to get rolling.
All right, so every sector into the green from the open, just to kind of state that, it means that we probably came down right before the open, and that's actually a good sign. But overall, everything is into the green. Consumer cyclical, real estate, and healthcare are the leading sectors, but technology is shortly behind that. On the downside, what is the least strongest, because it's not really weak, but it's utilities and financial services.
I'm gonna say one YOLO here. Bed Bath and Beyond, $14 calls expiring this week. I got filled at $150. Just two calls.
All the meme stocks were running today, Zunaid.
Yeah, and now it's down, and I've got to just. I think it continue to get crazy, but if I'm wrong, I lose $300.
All right, before we get on out of here, guys, we got a couple of minutes left, but do us the favor, guys. We don't have enough likes. If you guys are not enjoying this, please let us know why. But I think you guys are enjoying our trading action. So do us the favor, take a couple seconds to just hit that thumbs on up. What does it do for us? Well, it lets everybody know that we're doing a good job. That you guys are enjoying the stream. That's really what it is feedback for us to know that you guys enjoy the stream and we can continue growing here without, of course, we do have membership ability. We could put it behind the membership, but we want you guys to enjoy taking this process every single day with us for free. So smash that like and let's keep going here.
All right, I'm going to go hang out with Jim. We'll get ready, but we'll see you guys on Futures Trading. Win Jim Cagnina. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. And I'll see the rest of you guys for trading tomorrow.
Sounds good, Zunaid. Glad you had a safe flight.
Did I just cut him off? I did.
I think so, yeah.
Music coming back here as we end up the day.
ILAG trying here. There it goes. There it goes on ILAG. All right, we'll take that. Good way to end it. Folks, we will see you here tomorrow. ILAG might not be done, by the way. 476, your next spot.
Oh, Soxel might not be done. Let's keep going. Ryan just dipped on us. He said, I don't like you guys. Goodbye. Oh, no, I'm just playing. He just hopped out. Let's keep going here, guys. If you guys got a stock you guys want to check on out before we get on out of here, throw it on up there. Soxel making me my money today. We'll see if that can continue going on up there. Still got a little piece left and also got some clove. That's not looking too bad. We're looking like we want to get above that 353 level. We talked about how important that's going to be for it here. Can it take that next step up? That's what we'll look for in Clover Health. I talked about this one in pre-market. Took it. Did some buys there. Not looking too bad now. We'll see if it can continue making gains. All right, we're going to be getting on out of here in just a few seconds. Guys, do me the favor. Hit that thumbs on up if you guys appreciate doing what we do here. Let's keep going here. I am trying to pull on up here in my stream, making sure that we get on over to some futures action. How many likes we got now? 227. Come on, guys. Get me to 300 before we get on out of here. Jam up this music. Let's go. All right, there you go. Futures is set on up. We got about a minute left here. Going to see if Soxel can take that next leg and Clover take that next leg. How's the AMC? Boom. I talked about how 25 was a nice level for AMC. It's up more than a point from there. You could have been getting 5% on that. GME is another one that I looked at the VWAP. Thought that one was looking really nice around 43s. Look where it is now, 44.90s. This one's setting up for that next leg up. And I would also look at triple BY to take that next leg. It's going to be fun to watch these, but I think you are getting to that point where you could get that squeeze back. What you'd want to see is maybe a rip from the SPY coming back on up. That's going to help us. If it keeps fading away, you could see some leakage eventually. But these kind of short interest float, high interest float are still making that nice step up there. We'll see if ILAG can continue. Look at that step up to 5. I talked about earlier in the day, it looked good for a $4 recovery, getting to 425 where it gets strong. Looking for a move up there towards 5. Risk the return, guys. That's what I always look at. Not a bad attempt there for ILAG today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's action. We nailed it on Stocks S. I'm going to continue going like always. I'll see you guys on the next shows. Keep going here. Futures trading up next. And then after that, Benzinga Live, followed by Stock Market Movers, where I'll be having Sean Cruz and, of course, Thomas Hayes. So if you guys want to check out some expert opinions, come on over to Stock Market Movers. Up next, you guys got some futures action with, of course, Zunaid. So go ahead and check it on out, team. We'll see you next time. Let's keep battling here like we always do.
Check